All right, let's get right into it. We're about to break down the exact word-for-word sales script that has closed over $10 million in high-ticket deals. This isn't just theory, okay? This is a battle-tested blueprint you can literally use on your very next call.
And yeah, that number, it's for real. We're talking $10 million plus. And that's across a huge range of industries: coaching, SaaS, marketing agencies, you name it. The reason this framework is so versatile is because it's built on the core psychology of what makes a sales conversation actually powerful.
So you're probably asking, what makes this so different from all the other sales advice out there? Well, look, we're throwing out all that generic fluff and the recycled theories you've heard 1,000 times. This isn't about making your prospects feel salesy or pressured. It's about a refined word-for-word framework that guides them to a point where they feel like they are making a smart, informed decision for their business.
Okay, let's start at the most critical moment of the entire call, the first 60 seconds. Seriously, this is where you either build instant trust or you lose the call before it even gets going. The whole goal here is to completely disarm any resistance instead of really collaborative, open tone. A really strong opener follows these 4 simple steps. First, you confirm the time. It's just respectful. Then you establish why you're even on the call, your authority and relevance. Third, you prove you've done your homework. And finally, and this is so important, you get them talking first. That immediately shifts the whole dynamic of the call.
So let's look at the script itself. It's polite, it's professional, and it's personal. See that line, "I saw your recent LinkedIn post"? That little piece right there is the trigger that instantly separates you from 99% of other salespeople. It shows you have genuine interest, and it totally flips the script by inviting them to share first. A weak opener will kill a deal, but this builds real rapport in just a few seconds.
All right, moving on to the discovery phase. Now, this is where most salespeople completely drop the ball because they start pitching way too early. Your only job right now is to help the prospect dig deep and actually articulate their own urgent need for a solution. You're not selling, you're helping them discover.
Now, these aren't just random questions. It's a very methodical sequence, and it's designed to amplify their problem. You start by just exploring what they're doing now. Then you help them isolate the single biggest point of friction. After that, you make them put a number on it, quantify the cost, and finally, you confirm that you've understood them perfectly.
See how it starts broad with "walk me through"? You're just trying to understand their world. But notice how quickly that next question narrows the focus. What's the biggest frustration? This laser focuses the entire conversation on the most significant point of pain. And honestly, that's the key that unlocks the rest of the sale. This question right here is such a crucial gut check. It forces the prospect to go from some vague feeling of frustration to a tangible number. It makes the pain real, it makes it measurable, and most importantly, it makes it something they feel an urgent need to actually do something about. And this is the mirror back technique in action. You're not interpreting or rephrasing, you are literally repeating their pain in their own words with their own numbers. The moment they say, "Yes, that's accurate," guess what? They've just sold themselves on how severe the problem is. At this point, they are hungry for a fix. Okay, so the pain is now undeniable, it's quantified, it's real. Now we can finally build the bridge from their problem directly to your solution. The timing here is everything, You've earned the right to talk about your offer. This simple phrase is the perfect pivot. It's not abrupt, it's not salesy. It positions you as a problem solver who is specifically drawn to their specific challenge. It's a totally seamless transition that makes your solution feel like the direct, logical answer to the conversation we just had. Now, instead of listing off a bunch of boring features, you present your solution as a value stack. Each pillar of your service is tied directly to a specific high-value outcome. You're not selling a process, you're selling a result. You're selling a 3x pipeline or predictable growth. See the difference? Always remember this key principle. Your prospect doesn't really care about the engine or the wings of the plane, do they? No, they care about the beach, the sun, and the feeling of relaxation. You have to keep the conversation focused on their destination, the transformation you provide.
Okay, let's bring it home. We're moving to the final step, where we talk money and close the deal. And the key here is to do it without any of those old-school, high-pressure tactics. If you followed the framework up to this point, this part should just feel like the natural, helpful conclusion to a good conversation. The language here is so intentional. Notice it's not a cost or a price, it's an investment. and you immediately frame that investment against the much, much larger cost of inaction that they just defined for you. This completely reframes the decision from an expense into an opportunity for massive ROI. I mean, a visual like this just makes the logic crystal clear. The bar representing the cost of their problem absolutely dwarfs the little bar for the investment in your solution. It makes the decision incredibly simple. I mean, why would you keep losing $50,000 a month just to avoid a much smaller investment that actually solves the problem?
This is your final temperature check. It's a really low-pressure way to gauge their commitment level. An 8, 9, or 10? Great, that tells you to move straight to closing. But anything lower tells you, hold on, there's still a question or an objection I need to handle before I ask for the sale.
The key to this last step is making it simple, clear, and immediate. You state it confidently, and then comes the most important part. You stop talking. Seriously, silence creates the space for them to decide and to commit. Do not fill that void.
And there you have it, the entire blueprint. But listen, a script is totally useless if you don't actually use it. So here's your action plan. Copy this down, tweak the language a bit for your specific offer, practice it out loud until it sounds natural, and then go use it on your very next call.
You now have the exact words that have closed millions in revenue. This isn't about tricking people. This framework empowers prospects to close themselves by making the value completely undeniable. So the only question left really is, which deal are you going to go close first?